It's officially 2025.
We're on here.
Yeah. I spoke to them. They said it was okay. It's now going to be 2025.
It's fine.
They were cool with it. Yeah.
Okay, because I was worried. What if it we had to just not yet?
They thought about keeping it as 24. I said, not on my watch.
And you had the idea of 25?
I came up with 25 in my early teens and said, we should probably do this, but not yet. So now we're in 25. You have me to thank. Welcome back, guys.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a little. You would have gotten a little old episode from the vault, from the wank bank.
Actually, they didn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did.
So funny thing is, we have a pre-recorded episode for you guys.
Oh, you want to put this one out in 2 days?
This yes.
Okay.
This episode is going out first. The next one, because I'm going away again. I love that we've come back from a break and I'm going away again. There will be some pre-recorded episodes, but I thought we'll leave that one. I want our first episode back in 2025 to be us refreshed, freshly shaven, waxed, oiled up, toweled down. I wanted us to be a prime plate of pork ribs for your ears.
We walked through the car wash and we said, "Shine us up, boys."
Yeah.
They polished us. It hurts so bad.
They high pressure washed me in places I didn't know they could reach.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had a foreskin. Had.
Car wash circumcision. Great Triple J band name.
Car wash circumcision. Try saying that fast 3 times.
Car wash circumcision. Car wash circumcision. Oh, yeah, it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
You know what's not hard?
What?
Me after a circumcision. Because you lose sensitivity. So what I was going to say was we're starting the year off and I wanted this to be, our first episode back. So that episode will go out. Funnily enough, we have them all scheduled and I thought okay, I don't want it to go out. So I rescheduled it on Acast. Didn't reschedule it on YouTube.
Are we mansplaining how podcasts work?
No, I'm saying 60 people have watched that episode on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah. So 60, those are our ballers. Because that's how I know with zero promotion, with doing nothing, there's 60 of you who went, I watch out for my nobody asked notifications and I saw it was there.
That's the deep cut episode.
Yes. I think that episode was out for a day and 60 people went and watched it, but that's fine.
That's lovely of you. Love you 60s.
That's our sexy 60.
Yeah.
You got to be a part of the sexy 60.
Absolutely.
The sexy 60.
Let's talk about New Year's and Christmas then.
I would love to, but I think we forgot to do this last year.
What?
We forgot to say our Nobody Asked Pledge of Allegiance before every episode last year.
Oh, yes.
Now I just think before every episode, it's important for us to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay.
Which we're both familiar with. I've sent it to you on Instagram, so I thought it'd be great if we read it together. We're going to be reading together, so nice and slowly.
Oh, God. Okay.
Guys, this is boilerplate sort of Pledge of Allegiance. Have you got it up?
Okay, I'll learn to read really quickly.
I pledge allegiance to the flag and all that it represents. I promise to throw it back for a real one time, then drop it down real low, then bend and snap that shit like a glow stick for real. Brrr. I promise to strive to do my best and to try not piss my pants in the goldfish section of the pet store. It was a one-time thing and they are really scary. Every day is a new day to learn, a new day to give, and much like a bubble butt bottom Peter Pan, a new day to receive. We thank God, who is not a man or a woman, but instead a beefy with sauce.
I think we're not allowed to say it.
We are allowed to read it. It's the Pledge of Allegiance. A beef. You're allowed to say it.
Redacted.
A beefy redacted with sausage fingers and a soft, supple voice. We thank them for all their gifts, such as Wing Boys all-you-can-eat wings Thursday deal, Wing Boys 2-kilogram bucket for $20 Wednesday deal, and of course for Eden's hot as fuck sisters. Continue. Yeah. Here on the Nobody Asked podcast, we're here to snap necks and cash checks and take prescription medication that stops us from crying. For the Nobody Asked podcast, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the holy shit, Eden's still here. Good for her. I thought she'd be in a psych ward or fired by now. Either way, let's get cunty boots down.
I don't believe in gay marriage.
Whoa, that one wasn't part of it. That last part wasn't part of the Pledge of Allegiance.
Have I ever told you my dad voted no?
That's crazy.
Biggest gay...
Karma got him. Sorry.
You right? Well, biggest ally I've ever knew, and because he was quite cooked at this point. He was a bit fried, but it was the last time I ever saw him actually. And he goes, I was like, plebiscite, that's something we can talk about. You took me to Mardi Gras every year of my life. And he goes, I'm voting no. And I was like, why? And he goes, gay people are too cool to get married. Marriage is stupid.
That's a really fun thought. Can you just vote yes, fuckwit?
I was like, okay.
That's such such a good point. Still fucking vote yes, maybe.
I don't think the man voted.
I love the idea that...
I don't know if we had a house by this point.
If Sky News heard about your dad, they'd be like, frequent Mardi Gras attender, he's expressed his feelings that he will not be voting yes in the plebiscite, despite having a bisexual daughter.
A bisexual?
A bisexual daughter.
I like that. That's funny.
Yeah.
A bisexual daughter. That's great. I'm using that a lot.
You can say...
I don't...
That's a medical term.
I think it's outdated and they say intersex now.
What about it is offensive?
I think it's just outdated. They don't... Like we don't really say transsexual anymore.
Do we not?
No, we say transgender.
I guess because transsexual is referring to your sexual preference?
No, but it's just like...
I thought it was purely like you were born with both sets.
That's
a medical... That's like... that's not like a... That's just a medical term, right?
All I'm doing... I'm not offended by it. But it's not my thing to be offended by. It's... All I'm doing is trying to save you.
Right now, I'm the uncle at the barbecue who's willing to learn.
I think it's just...
I looked it up. Yes, is a slur and should not be used to describe an intersex person. Okay. All right. Okay. So, do we think we leave it in, or do we have every time I say that word censored?
I think we replace it with something else.
I think we just have it censored and now acknowledge Lachy did not realise that is now a slur. Really? Because they use that term in the Olympics. I remember not the recent Olympics, not the one where they were like, "That's a man," and it was just a woman.
I was going to say,
there was an Olympian like a while ago who was like really successful, and she was intersex.
The wrestler?
No, she was like a track athlete, I believe.
Oh, cool.
When did that go? When did we lose that one?
I can't believe...
Another fallen soldier.
I can't believe you've heard the term intersex and haven't done I'm intersex too. It just feels like you would say that.
It's a stigmatizing and misleading word. When did this happen? When did we lose it? Well, we've started the year off with...
Bloody can't say anything.
With slurs. I apologise. I didn't know. Now I know, and now I won't do it.
It's fine.
Intersex.
Me
too, mate.
Why are you even talking? Okay, well, yeah, anyway. How was your Christmas and New Year's? I can't stress this enough.
Well, this is how much of a break we took. There is still Grinch fur on the podcast recorder as we speak that I'm brushing off. My Christmas was wonderful. Carly came and joined the family.
Cute.
And then it was a fairly regular Christmas. I can't say who, but I got arrested technically on Christmas. Our family knows somebody who is a police officer. I will not say how they know our family or how they are like, I'm not going to say whether they're a friend or a friend of a friend or a family. A police officer dropped by our Christmas lunch and I, after a few beers, requested, can you chuck the handcuffs on me? And so there's a couple of photos that we're not allowed to post.
Of course.
Because the other cops are in the photo of me handcuffed whilst drinking a beer.
That's why you won't post them?
It's one of my favourite photos, but now I can't ever post it. So that was cool. And then New Year's was great. New Year's was just with a couple little friends who lived in Drummoyne. So we're right by, you go on the rooftop, you could see all the fireworks.
Yeah.
And we did like we did a bunch of drinking games and then we did a cocktail competition.
Nice.
Which was great. I think my friend, also guys, if you can hear the cicadas, we have soundproofed this place to the max. You're just going to have to deal with the cicadas in the background. It's cicada season.
Welcome to Australia, bitch.
Yeah.
My mum said there's still too much swearing in this podcast.
I'll take that on board. I'll take that on board. So the cocktail competition, well, she's not going to like this next bit. My friend did the Tasha Page cocktail.
Oh,
and I had to be reminded that is the OnlyFans girl who would get on TikTok and say, I just got cream pied by 15 guys all at once. So they made a cocktail where there was what looked like cum dripping off the sides. Delicious, by the way. It was like sour watermelon. I will show you what I did for my cocktail competition. And if you are watching on the YouTube, the photos will be up for you as well.
Side note, do you remember when Tasha Page made fun of Faruka's dead baby? No, it didn't make fun, but like did something.
Oh, so she
made fun is
took
wrong.
a tequila bottle to the funeral of a baby.
Of an infant.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Weird girl.
That's what it was. There was tequila in the cocktail. There was a reference. So my cocktail was Unicum Tea Party.
Cool.
So I was making unicorn cum as a tea party. Mm-hmm. So I made a Long Island iced tea, but instead of having Coke, I put pink lemonade in it with passion fruit syrup. And I also put the little glitter that you put in cocktails so it sparkles and glitters.
That always looks so beautiful. Yummy.
Here's the photo. I also got
wow.
everybody tutus and unicorn heads and like tiaras. And I bought like a kid's tea set.
Cute.
And I served it out of that. It did not score well. For presentation, fantastic. Taste wasn't good. I think I overpoured on the because it's all white spirits, and I think I went too hard on the white spirits. Yeah. But the winner of the night, by far, was my sweet angel Carly Ruggiero.
This one was Carly's one.
So we were walking around Kmart trying to find something, and we walked past the baby section, and she looks at the little toilets that you potty train kids on, and she just looks at me and goes, espresso chartini.
Carly, what's her middle name?
Jade.
Carly Jade.
And I said, what'd you say? And she said espresso chartini. You mean like sharting your pants? She said, yeah. And I said espresso martini, like a delicious cocktail? She said, yeah. So we went and bought a $40 toilet training toilet for babies. We could have bought the $20 one. We bought the $40 one because when you press the flush button, it would sing to you. It would go, you are doing pee-pee or a poo-poo just like big kids do. And then she made lots of espresso martini. She poured it into this toilet, got Nutella, spread it on the toilet seat, and put like little Snickers in the actual espresso martini so it looked like...
This photo does haunt me. I saw this so vividly as soon as you started talking about it. Then
it's all us drinking like out of this toilet that looks like actual shit.
And that little cat next to you looks really upset.
That's a French bulldog. That's a French bulldog.
Sure it is.
But yeah, I think this will be on the This will be on the social because that is the best. That's one of the best cocktail ideas for a cocktail competition I've ever seen.
She's deeply disturbed and upset.
Oh, but it was wonderful, and I think it was the only cocktail that everyone finished.
Wow!
It was once you get past, because I was a part of putting it together, but for my friends who saw it, because we got them to be blindfolded and we brought around and we played the music, and they were like, "What is that?" Must be a haunting thing to be like,
"I'm about to eat that."
It's like, I would find it really hard to trust them
that it was going to taste good,
or that it wasn't actual shit because it looked like a full-on toilet with poo.
All right.
So that was my news. And then I got really drunk.
Really?
Got hammered.
I don't think I've ever seen you like hammered.
I got like, we had Happy New Year, went back, played beer pong till like 4 a.m.
Fun. I love beer pong. Genuinely, it's just a fun game.
It's just a fun game. And then, yeah, we had New Year's Day at mine because I said, we'll go in the pool, we'll go have a barbecue.
Yeah.
And I got to my house and I thought, I don't want anyone at my house. I want to lie down and vomit and shit all day. But I had like 6 hours of people at my house and I was in the wars.
Goodness.
How was your Christmas and New Year's?
Christmas was really wholesome. My whole family moved to Queensland, so I was up there. It was just really, really fun. My mum has a pool now. There's never been a pool in my family.
You're a pool girl now.
I'm a pool girl now. It rocks because you move to Queensland and you can just have a house that has a pool.
Yeah.
Because you can just have a big yard. Like my sister.
You can just be racist up there and no one cares.
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, you can stop women from getting abortions. It's awesome. That state is so sick. You can do it. You can do whatever you want unless you're a pregnant woman. Then it's like up to us.
I feel like the sunny coast, if you were going to live anywhere in Queensland, I feel like it's the most, like, it's not very, like, super right-wing.
It's the sunny coast for everyone, but you know, it has to be kept in the shade. The baby inside. It doesn't come out. Thank you very much.
Keep it in.
Keep it in.
Keep that
You're
shit
going to keep that in. It'll tan later.
It'll tan later. But my mum has a magnesium pool. It's so good. And, like, it makes you, like, sleep really well at night. It's like having, like, a magnesium salt bath, but, like, times a million.
I've heard about these.
It's so good. And it, like, your hair, after you get out, like, you know when it's in chlorine in your head, it's, like, feels, like, fried.
Oh, don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah, you need to
Raging
shower
waters,
immediately.
we love you, but my goodness, our hair after that.
Yeah. Snapping off.
Snapping off. Snapping off like a Slim Jim.
But, yeah, afterwards it feels like you've just, like, washed your hair. Like, my mum was like, to be honest, like, you don't have to shower afterwards. It's kind of good to let it all, like, sink into your skin.
That's a white people thing to do.
It's like a magnesium bath.
That's a white people thing to do, to be like, I don't need a shower, I jumped in the pool. That's dirty. I've made a concerted effort to wash my legs this year.
Oh, yeah?
My first shower of the year would have been yesterday. No, it was the 1st of January. I'm making it, because I got to do, but I'm like, no. The amount of time because most of the time it's not because I don't think they need to be cleaned. I just don't feel like bending down in the shower. It seems like a lot of effort.
Yeah.
You know what happens when you bend down in the shower?
You pick...
Anything could happen. You don't know who's in there. But I've been making a concerted effort to wash my legs.
I once had a conversation with Bryce, and we were talking about falling over in the shower, and he was like, the way you talk about falling over in the shower seems like it happens to you a lot. I'm like, yeah, it happens sometimes. And he was
We've discussed this. You fall over way too much.
It happens.
Maybe twice in my life.
For someone that like...
Are you running?
Yeah.
You're doing choreography in the shower?
Yeah. Speaking of choreography, guys.
Hey.
Can I plug something, please? Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Maybe not on this platform.
Don't do this. Enough.
Let me fly.
Breaking the Musical. Formerly a musical named after a certain Australian breakdancer, but she tried to sue.
Yeah, guys. It's so weird that this is such a high-profile thing and we haven't acknowledged the fact of, like, your involvement. If you're all aware of this musical.
Yeah.
There was a certain Olympian who was very upset.
News and shit.
And said, you can't use it. And what is your job for this musical?
I'm like staging and choreographing it.
You're like basically a creative director.
Steph has...
But you're choreographing it.
Yeah, but
also, there's fluff on your microphone there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So like Steph has like written it, but basically she was like, I write shows, but I could like direct it if it was a concert version, but I don't know much about like what it should look like. So basically, yeah, her and I are working together on like, yeah, basically like putting it on stage, and I'm playing like a few little roles in it as well, and I'm learning everyone's parts because I'm like basically everyone's understudy, including Steph's.
Great.
So I have to know every like part, including.
I'm sure that won't take too much of a mental toll on you and you'll handle that quite well.
And then doing that in Adelaide, Melbourne, then doing my personal show in Melbourne. And then coming to Sydney and doing it again. I'm really excited. I'm so G'd. Steph Broadbridge is one of the best like comedy writers I know, and this show is so funny. It's like almost sold out, but if you want to come, it's called Breaking the Musical.
And nothing else.
The story of... Spray gun.
Is that what we're going with?
Have to.
That's so much
But her name
funnier.
in it is Spraychel, which is very funny.
Spraychel. Great.
And her husband Shammy.
Shammy? Oh, well, that's great as well.
Very wonderful. And it's such a good cast, so many good comedians.
Yeah, speaking of, the fuck.
You were going to be away.
When?
In America.
When? What dates? The Sydney dates? I don't think so, sweetie.
But you can't just opt in.
Yeah, I can. I know the choreographer.
Private lessons. Private lessons. We've got him at the ballet bar.
Yeah, very exciting. Go get tickets for Breaking the Musical.
Yeah.
Eden, like you're a huge part of it.
Huge. It's great.
People don't realise this. You were the one who said we should make fun of her. You were like, let's countersue.
I was talking to people the other day about me watching it live because obviously if everyone knows the law about my I have a breakdancer ex.
Yes.
Who's lucky that that's their title.
The trans mask.
Non-binary.
No.
Breakdancer.
Yes.
Homicidal maniac.
Great.
What up? I hope they see.
What preference is that? I haven't heard of that one. My pronouns are homicidal.
That's, yeah. Yeah.
There was a WWE wrestler called Homicide.
Wonderful.
And there was one called Suicide.
Great.
Isn't that weird?
Homicide
Have a
and
wrestler
suicide.
come out and just be like, it's suicide.
Love. Actually,
Oh my God.
Actually obsessed.
He's battling suicide. That's a real guy. Look him up. He was awesome as well. He had this mad, like, red and blue full bodysuit. He was sick.
This is lovely. I love this. Were you wrestling this year?
Maybe.
So exciting.
There's some talks. There's some plans.
Plans. Incredible. I still want us to do a podcast.
That
No, we can't.
You'll be hearing about shortly.
This is so exciting. Okay. Well, now we have to change the subject. Do you have anything? Because I have so many questions.
Well, I mean, based on talking musicals, we should address the Lord of the Rings, A Musical Tale, that we went to last night before.
Last night?
Last night?
No, night before.
Night before.
Saturday.
Oh, time is a construct.
Guys, it was so good.
It was good. It slapped.
We were laughing walking in there being like, this is the absolute virgin convention. It's the Lord of the Rings musical.
Lord of the Rings nerds and musical theatre virgins. We'd come to the virgin nerd convention.
Absolutely.
And then everyone on stage is cooler than us once it started. And we're like, this is pretty good.
Lachy got given tickets. I was very, very happy to be the honorary +1, as usual.
As soon as I saw that it was a musical, I thought, I have to call the one person who wants to see this, and they weren't able to make it. So after trying a couple other people, Eden was thankfully free.
Of course I am. It was like we had no expectations. We were like, what's this going to be like? I knew it was going to be like, it's probably like cool. I thought I was going to walk out of there being like, yeah, that was cool. Like that was awesome. I love musicals. But Lachy and I the whole time, firstly, they sat us in the front row. Center front row.
Front row.
Hilarious.
Yes, we were front row. And at the start of the show, they had the hobbits of Hobbiton come out in character and interact with the audience, which, as we all know, that's my cup of tea right there. I love theatre kids hamming it up and trying to warm up the crowd.
As I said to Lachy,
God, that's good for me.
I should never be a crowd work bottom.
Oh, exactly.
I'm not the receiving end of that. My job is to do it.
You're a crowd work power top.
Yes. And I don't even... It still freaks me out a little.
I felt like a crowd work cuck. I was just watching. I didn't know if I was really enjoying it. I knew they were having a good time, but I was like...
We must seem somewhat unapproachable because we didn't get picked on that much.
Yeah. I think their thoughts were, let's not approach people in the front row because they're already in the front row.
Yeah.
So they were going around. They were playing ring toss with people.
Yeah.
My favorite
I threw
part,
a pod into one of their mouths while they were on stage.
That was the other thing. We bought a bunch of snacks before we went in. We also didn't check what seats we were in. And then we realized we can't eat our snacks because we are sitting front row and we don't want to be the two people chomping on Red Rock Deli chips. But I remember one of my friends, I didn't realize he was in the musical, came up to me in character and was like, hello, mate. And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know you were in this. And he's like, well, you're about to see a lot fucking more of me. And I was like, that's hilarious.
He's so funny.
Shout out Jeremy Campese, played Mary. It was amazing.
Was so good. I think that like him and the girl that played Pippin.
Hannah Buckley.
Amazing.
You speak her name. Say her name.
Hannah Buckley?
Hannah Buckley.
Hannah Buckley. Yeah. Love you. You're so good.
Yeah.
Every single person. Also, so it's one of those shows where there's no orchestra pit. All the instruments, all the music is played on stage. And the whole time I was going like...
By the cast. It's not the orchestra who's on stage.
And it's not one of those shows like where a few people like kind of play chords on an acoustic guitar. I'm talking... everyone plays an instrument and so many people are playing, and I'm not saying like, they play guitar and piano and a ukulele. They're playing like the harp, the Irish tin whistle,
accordion,
cello. Like
my friend was carrying around a cello and he is like 5'3" and he was carrying around a cello whilst doing choreography, whilst delivering his lines, whilst staying in character, reacting to what's happening in the scene whilst playing. The girl had the harp. The girl had the harp strapped to her. She carried it around like it was a ukulele.
Yeah. My favorite thing was when Hannah Buckley, who was playing Pippin,
violin.
in the fight scenes, because she still had her violin on her, because she's still also playing the music. In the fight scenes, a lot of other people have swords, and she was using the bow. It was so cool.
It's so crazy to be like, I am providing the music for this like slow-mo fight scene, but also I'm going to use it to kill someone in between like the verse and the chorus.
And you're singing at the top of your lungs, and you're doing fight choreography. And it's like, it's not on film. You can't redo it. It's to a packed out state theatre. I was so impressed with every single member of this cast. Good on you guys.
But before we get off it, we got to talk about Lawrence Boxhall, who played Gollum. Well, I don't want to spoil Raw. Next question. I don't want to spoil anything, but his performance, I said this in my video, it would have been so easy for someone to come in and just do a Gollum impression.
Yeah.
As everyone thinks they can do. This almost made me feel like this is a different Gollum while still being absolutely true to the movies.
I would say it's more dynamic.
Yep. The physicality, the voice. I mean,
more likable. Like I actually felt bad for Smeagol in this. Like when you watch, I feel like when you watch Lord of the Rings, you still don't trust Smeagol. I don't know. I feel like when you go like, oh, gross. Like you're a bit pathetic. But in this one, like I felt like actual sympathy.
Clear distinction between Smeagol and Gollum without it being like, I'm going to turn my head to this way. And then I go, I'm Smeagol. Then I turn my head this way. It was like, it was so clear what they were, and it was amazing. Speaking of Raw, next question, Aragorn?
Yeah.
Raw, next question, excuse me?
I think he's very, I saw like a lot of guys saying how hot he was. I don't know if he's the most like, I mean, I'm sure a lot of girlies did as well. He's very like, Could-you-pav haircut? I just think he's
very Aragorn with a could-you-pav haircut.
Traditional man. He's a man. He's someone like everyone's mum would be like, oh, he's handsome.
Good hair, good like connecting beard.
Good old jawline.
Probably about like 6 foot, like a good 6 foot, strong jawline. And he looks like he looks like he's somewhere in his 30s, but he's aging well.
Yeah.
He was one of those roles where it's like, I want to play that, but I know I'm either too short, I can't grow the beard, this, that.
Yeah.
That was
incredible.
He was great. He was great as well. The girl, I mean, I've written here, harp. The girl with the harp, we have to give her a shout out. She was just carrying a harp around.
Incredible. Also, everyone played it. Stephanie Calcamo.
Cows come home. Yeah.
Stephanie Calcamo.
Stephanie till the cows come home.
Playing it while singing as well. Oh my God. Also, my favorite two things in it was the whole time I was going, so who's conducting it? So who's bringing everyone in? So many of the songs start, multiple instruments starting at the same time. And then I was like, what is going on? And then I noticed, and it took me until like the middle of the second half because I was really kind of keeping an eye out for it while looking at, like, also, looking at everyone and watching the story and enjoying it. And then I noticed one of the little divots at the side of the stage, it just looks like a wooden like structure, is a piano, and the person who's like almost like in place of a conductor is one of the actors who's like playing piano, and then is like, I can see like people sort of like looking to each other to get like cues on things and looking back to this person because he's on piano, and then like he was also in like doing the dances with everyone. I was like, that's what I mean. So smart. Everyone, it just made me want to like every other musical, and I was like, do better.
I remember I saw a trailer for it, and the guy who plays Dildo Baggins.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe that's the name. He also wonderful, by the way. Frodo and Samwise, like the two leads, just like they knocked it out of the park. But it's the fact that everyone around them was so good. It's like it just kind of goes without saying.
Yeah.
Like when the ensemble is that good, you kind of have to be at a 10. Like it's expected.
Before we even knew who was playing who, we looked at the guy who was playing Frodo was in the front row sitting down doing improv with people, and I looked over to Lachy and I was like, that guy looks like he could be in the actual movie. Like he just looks so
and then he came
perfect.
out as Frodo.
And then he was Frodo, and we were like, oh yeah,
there we go.
Great casting, great.
Well, yeah, great casting. But what was I saying about?
Oh, sorry.
What was I saying about Frodo and
Bilbo Baggins? The guy who played Bilbo Baggins was saying.
I can't remember now.
He had a harmonica solo.
That's Bilbo. I'm talking about Frodo.
Oh.
Hey.
Frodo.
But yeah, Bilbo was doing harmonica solos, which was nuts. That's what in the trailer, the guy who plays Frodo was saying, for this show, you literally have to be a quadruple threat.
Incredible.
You have to be able to act, sing, dance, and play an instrument. And not just, I did high school orchestra. You need, like, I know Jeremy. I know how, like, at what a high level he plays that cello at.
Yeah.
All those people have to, like, play ridiculous instruments at such a high level. Like, it's so, how do you find people who are like, they look like the role, also they can act, sing, dance, and play this instrument and do it all the same? It's ridiculous.
What is an instrument you are most sexually attracted to? What's the hottest one?
Okay. This is maybe not the instrument, but it's have you ever been to like a Hillsong or a youth group?
Yep.
There's always a really hot girl on acoustic guitar.
Yeah, for sure.
Always like a beautiful blonde woman playing acoustic guitar. But that's not what I'm saying. She's attractive because she's forbidden fruit because her dad is probably head of Hillsong.
Yeah.
My brain's going saxophone.
Okay.
But I don't think that's my answer.
Because mine is cello.
Yours is cello?
You put a cello in anyone's hand and they get hot.
Really?
And I just love the way it sounds. I think it's the best sounding instrument. It's one, I'll probably learn it at some point. Because it's like, it's weird that I don't play it.
And
if you can play bass, like you almost know the fingerings. I know cellists will get mad at that. Be like, oh, actually the frets, shut up. I know.
I know what mine is. It's not technically an instrument, but it's specifically in musicals. Like, if a girl's a really good singer, I'm super attracted.
Yeah.
I'm super attracted to, like, really good singers.
Yeah.
Like, every musical I watch, even if I'm sitting in the back row, if I feel like I'm making eye contact, I'm like, yeah, she's in love with me too.
Yeah.
I feel like, what instrument have you played that you feel like you exuded the most hotness?
Most hotness? Well, everyone has a very different... All of the instruments I play have very different vibes coming out of me. I think the auto harp makes me look like a little elf.
Yeah, crazy person.
Like a little elf in a magical little cave. That's what that auto harp gives. What else? Saxophone made me feel the least hot.
Yeah, okay.
It's like supposed to be, it's like a raunchy sounding instrument, but you look fucked when you play it.
Didn't even know you played saxophone. I mean, I played guitar since I was, I think, 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And it didn't get me a single lick of a woman. Like, not even a pinky touch. But I remember I taught myself piano famously during COVID.
Yeah. I would say piano's hotter on a guy.
Still one of the best moments of my life where I was just like, oh, this was just like a 10 the whole night through. It was like a big uni event, and then we had afters at someone's house. They had this bigger mansion, and everyone was like downstairs in the games room drinking, and they had a piano. I was drunk, so I sat down and was just playing songs, and people would be like, can you play this song? I literally felt like the piano man. And I remember there was this girl that I was really into at the time, and she sat down next to me while I was playing, and then we went home, we hooked up, and it was awesome. But that night was like people kind of be like, can you play this? Can you play that? And it was awesome.
Incredible.
And I was sitting there just drinking, so I was just getting drunker as I was doing it.
And it kind of gets not as good, but it's fine because everyone else is getting drunker too, so they're even more impressed that you can play it.
I was the piano man, and I got to kiss the girl that I had a crush on. It was sick.
Incredible.
Awesome.
Feminine girls playing drums. Hot. Hot.
Is it because it's like contradictory?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we get to these questions?
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings, go see that musical. It's sick.
34 minutes.
So are these questions that people have sent in? Because I don't actually remember what this was. Did you put a question out?
Yeah, I put a question box, and they were just really good.
What was the question box?
I just said, have you got any questions for us?
Okay.
So they're all questions for us.
Your eyes went so wide when you just said that to me. That was freaky. Owl-like.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find the ones that I was fine. Okay, love that one, reading that one after. Could you take a werewolf in a fight?
Have they transformed into the werewolf?
Yeah. Not just a guy.
Well, okay.
What's wrong with you?
Okay, so if you go, oh, what's Jacob from Twilight? Oh, he's a werewolf.
You couldn't take him.
I could take him. He's a softie. Have you met Taylor Lautner? That's like... When I say, who is Jacob in Twilight? Yeah, he's the werewolf. While he is simultaneously a werewolf even when he is a human.
I'll believe you could fight Jacob from Twilight. You could not win a fight with Shark Boy, and I'll die on that hill.
I agree. I fully agree. He would bite my neck off.
Fuck you up.
Yep.
Fuck you up. Speaking of breakdancing.
I'd be so embarrassed in front of Lava Girl.
I believe Shark Boy invented breakdancing.
Yeah, okay.
Is that crazy?
I actually discovered her the other day, Dochi, this new artist. I was the first, and I'm just kind of getting annoyed, because everyone's jumping on the bandwagon now, but I was the first one to discover her. She is, she's an artist. Yeah.
Do you know I actually have been listening to her? She is my not gatekeep, but she is my I told you so artist. I've been listening to her for so many years.
Well, yeah, after I told you about her, then you kind of jumped onto it. But I appreciate.
She's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I was playing her when you got here.
Yeah, because you were trying to be like, look, see the thing that you showed me? I was like, it's a little desperate. Questions, please. No, I could not fight a werewolf in the wolf form. What are you talking about? I couldn't fight a regular wolf.
This person asked it twice, which means they were so desperate. And then another person, we get mythical with it because another person says, what cryptid would you all like to have on the podcast if it was possible?
Our fans have the elf tips on. They have those.
We have Dungeons and Dragons
fans, yeah.
Should we?
You're dressed like someone getting ready for a Dungeons and Dragons thing.
That's true.
What, a cryptid?
Should we make a weird tabletop Dungeons and Dragons parody this year?
Sure.
I think that'd be so funny.
Not now, but sure.
Yeah, not now.
What's a cryptid?
Like a mythical, like a
I think that's a slur.
Bigfoot.
I don't think you can say it anymore. It's intersex. It's actually intersex. I think you have to say intersex, Aiden.
Like Bigfoot or Loch Ness Monster or, any of those.
Oh, which one would I like to have on the pod?
Yeah.
Great question. Leprechaun would be a douchebag. I would love it. I think a vampire's got some stories, brother.
Yeah.
I think a vampire would have some stories.
Mm-hmm. Too many, though. Hi, old.
Hi, old.
Hi, old.
Maybe some current references.
Yeah.
Oh, Transylvania in 1840, fuck off. I don't think so. I just feel like they'd have the most interesting, and also they have a bit I feel like you'd flirt with them.
I never liked Twilight growing up. I only watched it in my adult life because I was like, wait, this is so funny.
But that's your problem right there. That's what you think vampires are, is what Twilight pushed on you. That's propaganda. A real vampire is Adam Sandler in Hotel Transylvania.
Oh, smash.
Great. Without question. Raw, next question.
Yeah. Have you seen Nosferatu?
No. I hear it's horny.
Oh, well, it's crazy that people say that.
It's the challenges of the cryptid universe.
It's it is insane that people say that. It is fucking insane that people say that. I thought it was really scary because have you seen The Substance yet?
No.
Substance? Best movie of the year. One of the best movies I've ever seen.
Okay, but Dwayne Johnson's Red One was also within the same year, so are you sure?
Demi Moore could play anything Dwayne The Rock Johnson could.
But could Dwayne the Johnson Rock play anything that Demi Moore? Could Dwayne Johnson have married Ashton Kutcher for 8 years? I don't know.
I would like to see him try.
Could have Demi Moore been 7-time WWE World Champion, have one of the most electrifying entrances in all sports entertainment?
Probably.
For the millions and millions of fans around the world?
Probably.
I
wouldn't put it past her.
Okay.
God, which style of underwear best represents your personalities?
Oh, I've got mine. It's the microfiber boxer briefs, the tight ones, because the other ones chafe me. The cotton, if you're going to give me a gift, don't give me cotton stretch undies. It's like polyester microfiber.
Yeah,
those ones.
I know the ones you mean.
Yeah, so those are...
They dry really quickly when you hang them out.
Yes, and they're the most comfortable.
Yeah, fair enough.
What about you?
I don't know. As I get older, I think it changes.
You got the granny undies?
I used to wear ridiculous. I used to have like a little G-string with my friends' faces on it. It was funny.
All right.
But the thing is, it was really good, especially when I was younger and I was wearing any skirts or whatever that had like material that was like thin. You didn't want underwear lines because you used to fucking care about that, I guess. And so I'd be like, that silly little pair of underwear is actually kind of good right now. And then if I ever went home with someone, I had to describe,
be like, who's that?
Who's that?
That's my friend.
There's a certain detail to that story that I literally cannot say online what is going on in the photo of me and my friend that was on the underwear.
That's okay. Also, I changed my answer for the cryptid to the thylacine, the Tasmanian tiger.
So that's not a cryptid because that was
list of cryptids on Wikipedia. That's a cryptid.
That's just an extinct animal.
Oh, so you think because it's gone we can't respect its memory?
No, but it's not up for debate whether it was real or not.
I'll debate. Give me more questions.
What do you mean? That person...
Honey, I've got a job interview after this. Let me hear those questions. Yeah, guys, Lachy has his first job interview in like 5 years.
Well, this is interesting. We were kind of just talking about this. What's the most obscure musical instrument that you think you'd be sick at playing?
Ooh, sick at playing? Theremin.
I was going to say that too. Actually, I don't think I'd be good at playing it.
Fuck with a theremin.
I think I wouldn't like it. I switched up on the theremin so hard then.
You really left it in the dust.
Fuck the theremin. Enemy of the pod, the theremin.
Theremin.
They're like, but it's cool. You do like that. Doesn't make it sound good, dude.
Theremin, more like there's the door.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel like that went?
I feel like there was something there, but it wasn't the right time to strike.
Okay. All right. Okay, there's a few that I'm absolutely not answering, but they're very, 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 very funny.
What are they?
I will... Because I want to save them.
Say them, because worst comes to worst, I just delete it.
What minion variation would you both be?
Minion?
Like...
like from Despicable Me?
Evil, chaotic, purple, regular, etc. I would not be in the film.
I'd be regular, medium height, 2-eye goggles, no hair. Like the standard.
If you could be any pop culture event in history, what would you both be? Love you both. You're amazing. 1, 2, 3.
What?
If you could be any pop culture
moment
event in history, what would you be?
Are you counting it down like I have to say it?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Bald Britney Spears throwing an umbrella at a paparazzi car.
Perfect. I don't know why I counted it down.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, she rocks.
I'm concerned about her social media is bad
really
these days.
It's scary again. It was better for a while because I thought we freed her. I thought we freed Britney.
It almost looks like she's freed, but she's just not there anymore.
Put her back.
Put her back.
I'm kidding.
Get more conservative shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tighten up those legalities in the documents. Next question.
This one says, what happened to not swearing on the pod? Mind your business. Fuck it, head.
How about you stick it up your ass? How about that?
Sorry, I've forgotten how
I had this thought the other day. I want Sabrina Carpenter to do the plane safety video.
Oh, she'd be great at that.
And when they get to the, have you ever tried this one? And it's just her doing the brace position.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Have you ever tried this one? And if you're in business class, have you ever tried this one?
That's real good.
Thanks.
You should send, and I know who you contact about that idea, but I think it's got legs. This one says, when's the studio coming? It's a podcast. Be grateful.
We constantly have things happening in our life that move us closer or further away from a studio. And all I have learned is to say nothing until my ass is pressed against a seat inside a studio. Yeah. I will make no more comments of we might have one, we might not have one anymore until you're just going to see us in one. There will be no warning. I've decided.
There will be signs.
There will be signs.
And it will be because it's happened. And because we'll be in there and you'll see it. And I don't know if it'll sound different. I hope we sound the same. I hope so. This one, okay.
I hope I sound like an old black lady.
Okay.
I remember I sat on the bus once when I was in America. I was like 11.
Yeah.
And she sat me down. She like literally let me sit on her lap.
Cute.
And she was talking to me. And she had like the greatest accent in the world. Like it was so comforting.
They are the most comforting people in the world.
And I remember thinking like, I want to have that accent. And then I realized that's just
like white boy.
A little, like she was just, it's what you Australians doing here in America.
Oh.
I was waiting for her to go, can you get y'all some sweet teas?
Whenever.
And I was like, I feel safe. So I hope when we move into the studio, I can make the pivot to using that voice liberally.
Whenever, like...
And saying, and saying whatever slurs I bloody well want.
Enough.
I didn't mean to.
Say it. The most comforting thing and like the most like, I don't know, you just feel so like, me, is when like, an old black lady is like, hi baby. And you're like, oh, like a southern black lady.
Yeah, okay, sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the best feeling in the world. You're like, I've been approved.
Or them calling you handsome.
Struggling to come up with a fun New Year's resolution that isn't cliche. Can I get a tip?
Do something that scares you.
Like what?
That's up to them. I don't know what scares them.
Leave things to the last minute.
No, don't do that.
Say things you don't mean to people. Push them away.
Lash out. Don't give them a chance to talk.
Anytime you're stressed.
When someone does something, assume the worst and attack.
Yeah. Take your personal anxieties out on your loved ones around you.
Speaking of, guess who's on Ativan?
You. So is it anti-anxiety?
Anti-anxiety, baby.
How are you feeling?
Oh, fantastic.
Do you notice a difference?
Oh, yes.
Right.
I feel amazing.
That's so good.
Because people are like, it's going to dull my sparkle. I was like, dull that shit, please. But it did not dull my sparkle. It just went from like things that I would ruminate on for 2 weeks or overthink the fuck out of. I think about it for maybe 2 hours and then I'm good. And it's not like it stops it. My brain just has way better like, does this matter? How does it actually make us feel? Is that real?
That's good. That's exactly what the medication's supposed to do.
Because I came off like some bad friendship breakups at the end of the year where I was in a bad mental place. And like, I think I got them, it must have been like really late December. And I feel fantastic.
That's so good. I'm so happy for you. That's like exactly what medication's supposed to do.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to make you feel like you have a different personality, because people go like, it'll change my personality. It's like, no, it'll just change like when you hear a piece of information, how much it's going to make you want to vom.
I feel like a more mature version of myself. I feel level-headed.
Yeah. Like
where in like moments where I would be like, because that overthinking version of you is not you. I feel so much more level-headed and like calm. I feel like I've matured and gone like, I can handle situations better and rationalize things way better. Anyway, so that's a thing.
I would love to see how high they have to put my medication to where it would stop the absolute fire force of emotions that I can possess in a single day.
It's like that they would have to make the
Hiroshima of prescription medication.
I was going to say, who's the guy who came up with it? What was the Oppenheimer? Mm-hmm. An Oppenheimer level of scientist to figure out medication that would work for you.
It would probably have to be administered in a tranquilizer gun from across the room.
Yeah. There's a scene where they're taking the goggles off and they're like, we never stopped to think. We always thought, will it work? We never stopped to think, should it?
Famously, when I've said
or whatever
it before,
the line is.
I've said it before, when I'll say it again, when I started taking mood stabilizers, they were like, you're not going to cry and you're not going to come. And I was like, I'm going to have a lot of spare time. That's all I do.
I wish we could make that the title.
Too long.
It's too long.
Too long. Surely the Hiroshima of prescription medication is the go.
There's a lot here today. There's plenty there.
Oh, yeah.
It could just be the slur that I said at the start.
It could.
Yeah.
I think this has been,
You know what I've been doing? Have you got any more questions? Because we got like 10 more minutes. We're doing a nice hour because we've been away.
Okay. Well then, sure. Some of these are a bit quicker. If you could have an STD, which one would you have and why?
Chlamydia. It's the quickest one to fix.
Yeah, it seems like the one that everyone gets. It's fine.
You take a tablet. You don't have sex for a week, and you're good.
Yeah, sure.
You had it? No, you've never had any.
No.
I've had the Clemets. Yeah.
I feel like everyone's had that.
Yeah.
Like it almost feels like, it's like a gateway STD. Like
I remember, most people, I think people handle it really bad. Like I remember anytime, I think I've had STDs on 3 occasions.
Yeah.
During my Slutticus years, during my like 19 and 20. And I remember I was like, okay, the worst part is having to tell people. So I'd always call or text the girls and let them know like, hey, maybe. And most of them are actually really understanding. I think if you're upfront with them, they tend to be understanding. There was only one girl who was, actually she came to me to be like, this thing. And I remember I always get tested like every month. I went and got tested on one day.
Mm-hmm.
I was clean. Went and slept with her the next day. And then after a couple of days, I was like, that feels weird. And I went and got tested and I said, hey, I don't want to accuse you of anything, but this happened. She goes, no, it must have been you. And I was like, then I showed her my thing of like, I got tested the day before we slept together. So I got very lucky to be like, yeah. But a lot of people think you're like patient zero when you tell them. It's like, suppose this it didn't start with me. I didn't grow it.
Yeah, like, and you're like...
It also could have come from you, but you don't want to sit there because as soon as you start going like, it was you, like that doesn't help anyone.
But also people being like, you are patient zero. It's like, I only got it as much as you just got it.
It's like, I also was the one who went and got tested.
Yeah.
It could have been you just didn't get tested.
Absolutely.
But yeah, the Clements, I'd get the Clements because that is that's an easy fix.
Yeah, it's chill. It's fine.
And if you catch it early, there's no side effects.
It's fine. I'm baffled that I've never had one, and I'm baffled that I've never been pregnant.
Can I tell you, Eden? Everyone's baffled that you've never had one.
I can't believe it. I can't believe I've never been pregnant because there are times in my life my mum just told me that she started listening to the podcast, so I'm actually not going to say the next
You've been raw dogging it? That's not healthy. You should wrap it up. Lee's not listening this far into the pod.
I hope not.
You know who is listening to the pod?
Danelle.
Carly's mum.
Carly's mum listens to all of it?
She listens to the pod.
Hey, Carly's mum.
Hey, Carly's mum.
Big fan.
Huge fan.
Huge fan. Look, well, I mean, I've got like a long-term partner. Like I don't try to. I'm not trying to conceive, but I try not to.
Are you not like on the pill or anything?
No, I stopped taking the pill when I stopped dating boys because I didn't have sex with dudes for
You stopped taking the pill, or when you stopped dating boys?
Well, like I broke up.
Sorry, I thought you said you stopped taking the pill when you started dating boys, and I was like, Eden.
No,
I don't know where you've got your information wrong. Wrong.
No.
Wrong.
No. When I went through like a breakup with a boy, and then I was like, I think I only kiss girls. So then I was like, I guess I'm only kissing girls, so I don't really need to be on the pill because the pill is a bit.
It's a lot.
It's a bit fucked.
Yeah.
Like it's a bit cooked, and the hormones, like it does make you so depressed.
The side effects have hit me hard, and it's I've been using it, and I'm still getting people pregnant. I don't get it. I take double every day.
Yeah, I know.
And everyone is still getting pregnant.
That's crazy. And then then when I started kissing a boy again, I was like, and I just like never got back around to it. But this is not a podcast about advice or a podcast that you should follow.
No medical advice here at all. Do not follow. This is purely our own commentary. Can I say a thing I've been doing recently?
What?
Saying workers' names to them as much as I can. Go to Aldi if they've got the name tag. Hey, Steph. Is this everything? Yeah, I think so, Steph. You're paying cash or card? I'll just pay on card, thanks, Steph.
And you do
your receipt? Thank you, Stephanie. I love it because there's nothing wrong with it. It's not like I'm not harassing anyone. It's their name tag, but it's such a weird thing because no one does it.
I would get you banned from the store.
Yeah, they can try. So if you see me coming into your store, take your name tag off. Otherwise, I best be saying that name a couple times.
You do these bits just for yourself?
Yep.
For your own amusement when you're alone?
Yep. I don't jerk off, so I do these things. I go up to a Woolworths worker, like stacking shelves. I'm like, "Hey, Dan," and then I come in my pants because that's where I get my release from.
Speaking of not jerking off, have I ever told you, if my life ever crumbles the way it has in the past ever again?
Oh, good.
If it ever does, if shit ever really all hits the fan, because it has before a few times.
There will be signs.
I'm gonna be abstinent for like at least a year.
Okay, I don't care.
Well, I would be. I'm not going to be. I don't think it's.
Does that mean you don't have sex?
Yep.
Okay.
But a lot of people were like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, if my life ever actually like exploded, I think that's what I would be like a monk."
I've done that before.
On purpose?
No.
Oh.
I was just 17 and had braces. So.
Well, yeah.
Also, can I show you the Christmas present I got for my manager, Emily?
Yes.
Last year, I gave her, like, amongst other presents, I gave her a frame photo of myself wearing, like, a turtleneck glasses, doing, like, a corny 80s pose with the 80s background, like those awful family portraits. I thought this year I got to step it up a little bit. So what I did was, behind her back, organised to do a photo shoot with not only her current boyfriend, but also her dad.
You did tell me you were going to go do this, and
these are some of the photos we took.
Oh, God, I love how much the dad is committing.
He was so into it. The photos will be up on the YouTube if you're watching. Also, there will be a clip for this. This one I call The Thinking Man. Next, we have the Emily Larkins Appreciation Society, where we're all holding a photo of a young Emily and her dad. And as you can see, we are wearing matching turtlenecks, matching pearls, and you will see that we have matching sunglasses as well. Here, that's our Christmas card right there.
Everyone's glasses are good in that. Where'd you get those?
Shein. No, I didn't. From a reputable site. I got it from Redacted. And that's what I call the ultimate portrait that I made. And I got those blown up to an A3 size and framed them for her and then delivered them to her house during a family Christmas event. The thing was, as I was doing this, also, sorry, but there was two more. This is a little cheeky over-the-shoulder number.
This rocks.
And finally, just a family photo.
Solid effort, boys.
The crazy thing is when I went to go buy the photo frames, I was in line and I turned around and I could hear it yelling my name. That it is what is called an A1 poster size. And it is massive. And I almost went,
piece of paper.
Do I grab that? But I thought, I need to step it up next year. So next year, I don't know what the photo will be, but I know it's going to be in an A1 poster size, but I don't know what that image will be. But yeah.
You're going to be locked into stepping this up. You're going to have to buy our billboard one day. Speaking of stepping it up, Mardi Gras is fast approaching. I'll actually be, how sad is this? I'll actually be in Adelaide for Breaking the Musical for the Mardi Gras parade. But
that's crazy.
I will literally be missing it. But there's other gigs.
When is it?
End of February,
I won't even be in the country.
I know.
Did you have any more good questions?
No.
All right. Well, I was thinking we'll finish.
The podcast?
No.
Oh.
Well, yeah. We'll finish with a fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, yeah.
Finish with one. Go on.
Yeah, go on.
Go on.
Oh, do it.
Criminals you're not meant to find hot. That's your category. Of course, the man of the hour, Luigi Mangione.
You're supposed to find him hot.
Luigi. Morally, right? Murderer. Allegedly. As if I'm a part of the case.
We're
not talking about
what
the cases.
He did makes
I'm
him
just
hotter.
telling you. Okay, interesting. That can be part of the criteria. Luigi Mangione, the Menendez brothers as a duo, Griselda. Are you aware of Griselda?
No.
Look up Griselda.
Okay.
Colombian drug lord who was a woman who was I think she was one of the heads, like one of the only women. And she was recently played by Sofia Vergara in the series. But I'm talking Luigi Mangione, the man, the Menendez brothers from the TV show, and Griselda from the TV show. So I'm talking Sofia Vergara as Griselda.
Okay, because do you know what the real Griselda looks like?
Yeah, I've seen it. They really took some creative liberties with that. They thought, all right, so she looks like that. So we should find the perfect woman to play her?
Sofia Vergara.
Sofia Vergara.
Okay.
The Menendez brothers as a threesome is however you want to handle that.
Not to be a stereotypical bisexual here, and
Ubersexual?
Bisexual.
Bisexual, great.
Bisexual here.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't want to not choose the girlies, but Griselda's not really doing it.
As Sofia Vergara?
I'm just not familiar with Griselda's game.
Okay.
You know?
That's fair.
You know?
It was hard to find a third option.
The Menendez brothers, I heard they did have plans to go to Paris.
Yep.
Before they were incarcerated, and it was to see the good old Eiffel Tower.
They're going to take you to the Eiffel Tower?
They had plans to.
Mm-hmm.
Free my boys.
Say less. As you're marrying...
Marry Luigi, yes.
Yeah, I can really see you sending him letters once he gets incarcerated.
Yeah.
I'd imagine you've already sent him letters.
No.
I'm
playing hard to get.
If I check parts of your hair, am I going to find locks that have been cut off that you've put into an envelope and sent to him?
No, I'm playing hard to get.
He didn't play hard to get. They got him pretty quick.
Yeah, but he wasn't really hiding that bad. Yeah. He was like,
Yeah.
If they electric share him, I will be really upset.
No, they won't.
They might.
They won't.
They might.
No, they won't. They won't. They won't kill him. He did it in New York, didn't he? Wasn't it?
Do you know he's up for the death penalty?
They won't give him the death penalty. Either way, guys, it's really good to be back. I'm sorry that I said a slur at the start. I didn't know. I've learnt. Apologised for it.
We're growing every day.
We're growing every day. Yeah, I think that's it.
That's it. Love you guys. Welcome back to the pod.
All right.
Big things coming this year.
Big things coming this year. Or small things.
Big comes.
Big comes in your ear this year. Love you, miss. Bye.